The information is out there, the studies have been done, and we have irrefutable evidence to support the idea that the brain is not hardwired, like we once thought, but rather it's soft-wired, which means you literally have the ability to rewire your brain, which thereby means you have the ability to change your speech habits from stuttering to fluency. I'm Marcus with SpeakYourMindMethod.com, and as someone who struggled with stuttering for many years, I can attest to the fact that it is possible to rewire your brain and rewire your speech habits. Now, real quick before we dive into the content, I want to let you know about my Stop Stuttering workshop. This is an in-depth training, it's 100% free, and this will give you a roadmap, a system to help you understand what stuttering is, how to overcome it. It'll give you a plan and a daily routine to follow, and that is what you need, my friends. So if you're interested, I just have a link in the description below. It's really gonna help you out. Okay, let's dive into the video. Today, we are going to discuss the importance of your mindset. And we'll talk about how one mindset will keep you trapped in a stutter forever, and the other will open up the doors and give you the opportunity to overcome stuttering and build a life of fluency and confidence. Now, I got the idea to make a video on this topic from the book Rewire Your Brain by John B. Arden. And this is from pages 58 and 59 where he talks about your mindset. So on one hand, with a negative mindset, you've got things like polarized thinking. So this is like if you had a better than average day and you spoke fluently most of the day, but then you kick yourself for messing up once or twice where you stuttered a bit or you blocked up. Instead of looking at all the progress you made, you take a polarized view, and if one little thing goes wrong, you immediately think of the entire day as being just an abject failure. Another characteristic of having this type of negative mindset, again, these are all from the book, and then I'm applying these ideas to stuttering, and this one is personalization. An example of this is when you take the uncomfortable and impatient looks of others as this sort of personal judgment of your character, when in reality, they're just uncomfortable and impatient because they don't really know what to do. They don't know how to help you. They feel bad for you, but they're also like, they've got their own problems, and they just don't know what to do, so they're uncomfortable, and they might give off that vibe of being impatient. But you don't want to take it so personal when they do that. That's the key. So don't give in to this personalization characteristic. Another one is catastrophizing. So this is like if you're on your way to a party and you're in an Uber, let's say, and maybe you just stuttered a bit when you were talking to the Uber driver. Well, catastrophizing would be you take that and you're like, oh no, this entire night is ruined. I'm not even going to go to this party. I'm just going to go back home because everything is ruined. And that is catastrophizing. You take an isolated moment or a stuttering moment and you immediately apply that to the future that hasn't even happened yet. And then finally, pessimism. And you could think of this as negative self-talk. So this is just you going into any and every situation, especially socially, and your mental script is just running over and over in your head. I'm a stutterer, I'm gonna stutter, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna stutter, right? That is the mental script. And what happens when that is the dominant mental script? You're probably gonna stutter. So those are the negative characteristics. That is a negative mindset. So now let's contrast that with a more positive attitude, positive characteristics. Again, these are from the book, from John B. Arden's book, Rewire Your Brain, and then I'm applying it to stuttering. So here is the list. The first positive characteristic is thinking in shades of gray. This is beautiful because unlike thinking in a polarized manner, this says, even if you block up or you stutter, you look at the bright side, you think glass half full, and you're like, you know, sure, that was uncomfortable. I hate that I failed there, but I'm more fluent than I was last month, or I'm more fluent than I was last year or last week. I'm improving, I'm getting better, right? It's that type of mindset, thinking in shades of gray. Don't make everything a polarized black and white. Accept improvements. Embrace those small incremental improvements, because that will give you that momentum and that snowball effect to really build that up week over week, month over month, and you are going to see a dramatic transformation if you continue to be positive about the improvements that you're making. Another positive characteristic or mindset is context checking. An example of this is if the timetable of overcoming stuttering is longer than you had hoped, then just adjust your expectations. If you thought that you were going to be able to reach 95% fluency in 4 weeks, then adjust your expectations to be, okay, I'm going to reach 95% fluency in 16 weeks. Don't get locked into, I have to stick to my original plan of like, I have to reach this level of fluency in this short amount of time. It's like, adjust your expectations and give yourself a longer runway so that you can really develop and make those new habits strong. Here's another beautiful characteristic, optimism. So unlike pessimism, when you're optimistic, you see every speaking situation as an opportunity. You see it as an opportunity to practice, to experiment, to try techniques or tools, and to just learn your new style of fluent speech. It's optimism. You see the world and you see speaking in this positive light, and that is really going to help you to escalate your fluency rate. All right, we got 2 more beautiful positive characteristics. So this one is detaching. This is very simple. You detach yourself from the mindset of, I am a stutterer. You don't tell yourself, I am a stutterer. You don't speak about stuttering like that. Rather, you say, I struggle with stuttering. Sometimes I block up. But it's not this identity of like, I am a stutterer. So you want to detach yourself from that way of thinking. And then finally, and this one is related to detaching, and that is externalizing problems. So when you experience an embarrassing moment, an embarrassing stutter or block, you don't take that as like a judgment on your worth as a human being or your character. Instead, you take that as an external solvable problem. This frees you up to even laugh at yourself. This frees you up to have that glass half full mindset so that you don't get into that negative feedback loop where you lose ground rather than gaining ground. So, my friend, that is the negative versus the positive mindset from the book Rewire Your Brain by John B. Arden, and then applied to stuttering. So, rewatch this video if you need to, right? Write these down. Have them on a piece of paper right next to you for the next few days so you can really drill these into your head so that you can get used to thinking about them and then go practice them, implement them, use these as mental exercises, and also have them that way you can become more aware of when you're leaning towards the negative or when you're leaning towards the positive. Now, if you want to dive even deeper than what's in this video and you want an actionable step-by-step system and a daily routine, then go check out my Stop Stuttering workshop. This is 100% free. This is an incredibly in-depth training that will walk you through the entire process of how to overcome stuttering, what it looks like, why you stutter, what to do about it, and then I give you a daily routine. This is a workshop that I should be making money off of, right? I should sell it. It's that valuable, it's that good, but I've decided to just give it away for free because I know it's really gonna help you out. So I'll leave a link in the description below for that, so feel free to check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.